Hello and welcome guys, welcome to my ride. Today I want to help you to find the perfect motorcycle for you. The first step you have to do is to find the type of motorcycle that you want to ride with. As you may know, there are several types of motorcycles: cruisers, sport bikes, naked bikes, adventure bikes, and touring bikes. Now you should go and find out which type suits your physics and expectations of riding style the best. Not as important, but what you can also take into consideration is, of course, the looks of the specific bikes. If you need a source for that, there's a video about all motorcycle categories on this channel, which I will link you down below. The second step is to check which motorcycle you are allowed to ride. You should check which kind of regulations there are in your country you live in. It's really important because in some countries you got regulations dependent on the horsepower of the bike you're allowed to ride. The third step is to pick which engine character you like. There are three most common engine types: the 2, 3 and 4-cylinder engine. There is also a 1-cylinder engine, but this type isn't that common in bigger cc bikes. You will most likely see them in 1 to 400 cc range. Every type has its own pro and con arguments. Now I will give you a quick overview about every cylinder category. The 2-cylinder, which is my favorite, has a nice torque even in the low RPM range. The bike has its kind of own character and feels as I would describe it. It feels like, I would say it feels alive. And it has a nice and deep engine sound. The negative sides here are the motor is vibrating pretty much than other engine categories, and it has less power on the top RPM range. Then we got the 4-cylinder engine. It has a high RPM range and a better acceleration at the top end. The engine is running smoothly without shaking and feels like it's running perfect. The cons in here are that it runs smooth. That may sound weird to you, but you don't feel as much, let's call it, emotions when you compare it to other bikes. And because you have 2 more cylinders than the 2-cylinder bike, it needs more fuel than other engines. Then you get the 3-cylinder engine. The 3-cylinder engine brings up the pros of both the 2 and the 4-cylinder engine, but it also has some, let's say, flaws like running sluggish at low RPM. So now you should have a general idea about what kind of motorcycle you want. When you're thinking, how should I know which engine type I will prefer? I just got one answer for you. Go and do test rides. They are free, and afterwards I guarantee you will know what you prefer. Now let's say you want a 2-cylinder naked bike, as I did at my start. We now can start to search which bikes are on the market. For example, just Google top 10 2-cylinder naked bikes. Then something like the MT or FC07 will pop up, and for example the Suzuki SV650. Now look around where you get a dealer next to you and then do test rides of those bikes. This is really important. And now after the ride, it's time to decide which bike to get. And I will tell you again, don't make the same mistakes as I did and just buy a bike because you like the optics, or if it has a good marketing and they told you that it's the best bike they've ever built. In my particular situation, I bought the C900 2021 without a test ride and sold it after 1 month. But that's another topic. So I hope I could help you with your decision. And when you're now thinking about which skills should I learn first when I got my new bike, then go and watch the video which is linked at the screen right now. See you again next time at my ride. Goodbye.